Well, turning to a new subject, my next guest says the greatest assault in history on Second Amendment rights is being waged right now. Joining us is Washington Times senior opinion editor Emily Miller, author of the new book, Emily Gets Her Gun and Obama Wants to Take Yours. Great to have you here. Congratulations.
Thank you so
on
much.
the book. And this is, here, if you can see this, Emily with her
That's my own
handgun. What kind of, what is
It's a
that?
6-hour 229.
All right.
9mm.
9mm. That's a terrific gun.
I think it looks pretty cool too.
And you look bad. You look bad there.
I'm a pretty good shot.
And I understand that you got the idea to decided that maybe you better be proficient with one of these after your home was invaded.
Yeah, I walked in and found basically a thug, drug addict in my house stealing my wallet. Is all I got away with. And thank God, you know, he didn't hurt me. But when I unfortunately chased him down the street to get a picture, which I've learned from the police was not a smart idea, and I don't recommend, 15 of his buddies standing around 2 pickup trucks. That's when I called the police, and I got away. But that's when I decided I'm going to get a gun.
Emily,
I know. I learned a lot of lessons in that process.
Well, you've learned to shoot.
One of them is...
How good are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I've gotten better too. I mean, you know, I train regularly, of course, but that opened my eyes up to the need for the Second Amendment, especially in a city like D.C., which crime is rising. And so that what inspired me to do this is it took me to get a gun in D.C. 4 months to get a legal gun.
4 months.
17 steps.
But we have to.
And here's what happened. Right after that, we had Aurora and we had Newtown, and then Obama won a second term, and he was going to exploit that horrible tragedy in Newtown for everything he could and use his second term to pass gun control. He's still trying to get through the Senate.
Sure.
Passed it laws in 5 states. Now they're trying to overturn Stand Your Ground. Now they're trying to pass executive actions. I mean, it is spreading like wildfire. And the reason I wrote this book is because it took me 17 steps, and it's going to be taking the people of New York that many times.
Yeah, New York, you can forget it. New York City, you can forget it.
Colorado, but now you have all these new laws in all these states. This is spreading, and the only people it affects are the law-abiding. It doesn't affect the criminals.
You know, the people with guns, the people registering guns, the people with licenses to carry, are people who are good, honest citizens who are exercising their constitutional rights. And I have to say this to Mike Bloomberg. I have to say this to the president, to Vice President Biden. You know, what is the deal? Is there something about a lower crime rate than we've experienced in decades that bothers you? Gun sales are at an all-time high. Crime is at all-time low.
Exactly.
There is a correlation.
It parallels, right. But it doesn't. It's the opposite of a parallel. We have the highest civilian gun ownership in history, well over 300 million guns in this country. And gun crime is going like this. It's down 40% since 1991. So what do they want to do? Increase more gun laws? What we need to do, what would be helpful if we want to decrease the 11,000 or so people who are killed every year by guns, is start putting mental health records into the NICS system.
Well, when you speak of mental health records, it's important to point out that half of those deaths are by gun are suicides.
Well, right. Oh, definitely. Of the 30,000, then 11,000 are homicides, and of those, about a quarter are criminals in criminal acts. So it's down to about 7,000. Not that every life doesn't matter, but it's not in the epidemic the White House wants you to believe.
Well, the fact of the matter is that crime is declining
every year,
and it is in large measure because people are defending themselves and are refusing to be victims. And we're out of time, but I just got time to say, buy the book. The book is Emily Gets Her Gun. Emily Miller, thanks for being here. Congratulations. We wish you a lot of success.
You're a good friend. Thank you.
It's on sale everywhere, bookstores everywhere, and we can get you to a link on LouDobbs.com.